Hello ladies and gents, Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. And yes, rain or shine, that Asner video will be up this afternoon. I was actually trying to do it before this one, but apparently everyone was on the same schedule as far as waking up, so there is too much noise going on. That was my fault. I planned on waking up earlier and I didn't, so I have to take ownership of that, even though I don't want to. But anyway, remember Romie Whispers Asmer ASMR. The video will be up this afternoon. Let's jump into the haves and have-nots. Season 7, Episode 4, The Surgeon. So now we see that Charles and Landon are talking. Charles, he's upset, and Landon figures it out. After Landon does a round of 20 questions, because remember, Landon's supposed to be Charles' go-to guy. Landon sees that, okay, my boss is mad because of the fact that Candace is gone. And he admits it, he acknowledges it, but he finally gets that Candace is not going to just do whatever he wants. That was his biggest thing. He really thought, because of his title, that Candace would just go and do whatever he wanted her to do. That's not reality. That's not reality. That's not realistic. I don't know who lied to him. And so now they're drinking. And I got nervous because I said, oh no, Landon, do not make the moves on your boss. Don't do it. Do not do it. Do you hear me? Do not do it. Veronica is watching her wedding video of her and David's wedding, and it was actually really nice. It was really nice. I didn't feel bad because Veronica's evil, but I said, oh, this is really nice. This is really nice. And the whole time I'm thinking David deserted a different woman because Veronica is evil. She was like, oh, he loved her. He loved her. I'm thinking, yeah, he loved you when you kept it together. That's not his fault you didn't keep it together. It's actually not. We keep hearing pieces of your past. I want a backstory on Veronica, a real one, not a patched together one like we've been getting all of these seasons. For some reason, RK is in her bed, shirtless, trying to sleep. I'm thinking, what is going on here? How did this happen? Because Veronica, from our recollection, didn't want RK there. So you went from not wanting RK there to him sleeping in the bed. But then I see it's because RK's taking no for an answer, which always creeps me out with guys. But in this case, it's a little different. You have her wanting him to leave, and he doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to go, and that causes friction between the two of them. She starts hitting him. He's trying to just stop her from hitting him. And I said, oh no, if he accidentally hits her too, it's just over. So then she calms down when she realizes she's not in a position of power right now. So Veronica's going to reclaim her power. How is she going to reclaim her power? She's going to do the unthinkable. The unthinkable is her deciding to she's making some biscuits. I got nervous because I said, uh-oh, the hot water. What are you going to do? Because my mind was already thinking, if Tyler Perry reenacts one of his earlier films or plays with throwing the hot water on the man, because that's what I was just thinking. Now we see Landon. Landon is helping Charles because he's so drunk and he's stumbling, and so he helps him onto the bed. This time Charles is so out of it that Charles allows Landon to take off his shoes, because remember before he thought that was weird. So I don't know if that made Landon feel more comfortable than usual to go for it. But first off, what is with Landon trying to go after guys who identify straight? What is with Landon who likes to get these guys liquored up to lower their ambitions? If you don't want to do something, you don't want to do something. There's a difference between hiding that you want to do it or open to it and just not wanting to do it at all. Landon is a different type of don't take no for an answer. Or don't take the signs, because he took off his boss's shirt, took off his boss's shoes. His boss was just like, right now I just want to, I don't want to think about Candace. I want to take my mind off of her and off of that. And Landon was like, oh, really? And his boss was like, yeah. And I'm thinking, of course he's thinking, yeah. Why wouldn't he be thinking, yeah? It's someone that he liked, and she spurned him, if we'll go with that narrative. And because of that, now we have him trying to go and unzip his boss's pants, and his boss is like, what the you do? And that's exactly what he said. It was like, what the are you doing? What 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 are you doing? And now, and Landon goes, he was like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. And he put back on his suit, and he rushed out. I was like, oh my gosh. Candace is talking to Rocky. That conversation isn't going anywhere because Rocky's trying to apologize. And Candace said, be quiet before I beat you. But again, I said, Candace will do it, Rocky. So I would expect you to cállate la boca, quit while you're ahead. Here we have Landon. He goes bum rushes. He may not even see Candace. He was like, I need a drink. I need one right now. Make it now. And Rocky was like, okay, sir. Candace looked and said, what's wrong? Tell Auntie Candace what's wrong. And even though you know you don't give Candace leverage, you don't give her power, but that's what Landon did today, because Landon felt like, what else am I going to do? He goes and tells Candace that, let's just say, because remember, he's out in the lobby area, bar area, so he has to go and say coded language. He tells Candace, so imagine, Derek. So Derek is someone's boss, and the signs were crossed, and let's say that I thought that Derek was interested in something that he wasn't interested in. Candace immediately realized and said, oh no, you didn't. You didn't, did you? Did you? And it's like, look, well, you said that, you thought maybe he was gay. And Candace said, I was just saying that to mess with you. I didn't actually think you were going to go and do anything with it. I said, Candace, you're a bona fide liar. You know that man. You know that man's type. So then it was like, well, he was drunk. I helped him out of his shirt and helped out of his shoes. And, I thought that I was doing him a favor. So Landon said that he was going to give old dude sloppy toppy. When I tell you Candace wanted to cackle. She wanted to cackle. Because it's like, really? You haven't learned by now, Landon? You haven't learned by now? I was messing with you. I didn't actually think you would go and do that. Why would you even think to do that? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Now, so then he goes, takes the shots, drinks the shots, runs off because he feels like, okay, now I don't have a job. I'm thinking, your boss is probably so embarrassed, especially since he was warned about you, that he's not going to do anything. He's probably just going to threaten you within an inch of your life and pretend like it never happened, because that could be spun a different way if he fires you. Come on, Landon. You've been in this business for a long time. I know he's the president incumbent, but still. Now, when Sarah arrives at her job, because remember, she was supposed to come back to her job, she still has her blouse open. I'm thinking, Sarah, what are you doing? Why is your blouse open? Why? You don't make things easier on yourself. You really don't. So now she hears, what is that? Let me out. Of course it's Wyatt. She opens it up. She's trying to figure out what is wrong. What is it with you crier men? Why did you sneak out? Why are you? How did you get my? She didn't ask how did you get in my car. Why are you in my car? I would have asked how did he get in the car. But it's Wyatt, and he's an addict. He's done some really crazy stuff on the show, so it's a different story. It's a very different story with him. And after he talks to her, he then says that, look, give me some money. I said, give me, you want my wallet with them reindeer games? Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. And because of that, what ends up happening is she was like, wait a minute, this is good. You can help testify against your parents. And it was like, what? Why would I do that? I'll give you money. I'll take you to my apartment. We're at the DA office right now. If you come in with me, then I'll give you the money afterwards. And Wyatt, of course, is going for it because he just wants his next fix. This is sad. This is really sad. And I'm tired of the storyline. I know it's real life, but I can still be tired of real life, can't I? Candace is on the phone with Mitch, and Mitch loves him some Candace. It's really sad because but that's not what matters right now. He's thinking about, hey, are you and the president denied him? She said, no, of course we're not. Are you sure? Because it looked kind of, he said, no, that's not what it is. So where are you? At my uncle's bar. Okay, I'll be there soon. I'm thinking, but they don't like black people over there. So why is she going over there? And why didn't he stop her? But okay, live and let live, I guess. Now we hear his uncle, Vinny, talking to, I don't know if it was the person who was running it or handling it. He was just like, look, don't worry about it. I got it. I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything. I didn't talk to any cops. I can't help you. Sorry. So now Mitch is trying to talk to his uncle in an effort to fix things, in an effort to wash the slate clean with Benny. His uncle said, no, that's not how it operates. I need my money. I need my interest. Mitch gives him the money. Why is there blood on it? I'm thinking, it was blood money in the first place. So now this is just an actual physical representation of what the money really was. Take it. So of course he takes it, but he still wants his interest. And now I understand why he's upset. He's upset because he was told that Benny is actually rich. Benny has over $8 million in the bank. And they learned this because, remember, they work with the criers. So that's how all of this information came to be. And that's why he's not accepting this story that Mitch is giving him, because he knows that Benny has money. And it's just irking him that this guy is getting over on them. He's just so pissed and so irked by it. And he's like, this is your friend? How did you not know your friend was rich? Your friend's gaming you. And it's like, no, that's not what it is. And so then he's like, call off the hit. We did call off the hit on, with our guys. What do you mean with our guys? Well, there is another, group at play. Apparently, Jim hired, he's called, what is it? The Cutter? The Stabber? Whatever his name is. This guy who knows how to hurt and stab someone without killing them, without hitting an artery. That's why Benny was okay. I said, okay, now this makes sense. See how they're actually, filling in some plot holes? I said, okay, now this makes sense. And Mitch has to go back to Benny, talk to him, and get the rest of the money. I don't know what interest sounds like for that family, but they want their money. That's the only reason why Mama Rose is even thinking about calling the hit off on Benny. So then now we have David. David is still in a lot of pain. The good thing is that what is with the focus on this? The good thing is that, is it because of the light? Maybe it is. He's trying to recover and get better, and Madison comes by. Madison changes what he needs to change on David, the medicine on his back, and David's in a lot of pain. He doesn't want any pain medication. He hates Veronica. He said, I'm done with her. Playtime is over. And I got very nervous. And so Madison said, if you guys keep talking like this, I have to excuse myself. I can't be an accessory to a crime. That's not the type of ride or die I am. So then, David just wants to be left alone. He wants to just go and sleep. Again, he wants to feel the pain. And I said, that's when you're pissed, when you want to be driven by the pain. That's when it's bad. And David calls Jim, tells Jim that Veronica was working with Candace this whole time with the whole Erica thing, and now he's going to take down Veronica. But again, he remembers when it comes to Veronica. Oh, sidebar. How is Mitch's uncle okay? How did he look? He looked like he was never hurt in the first place. But just looking at David, that came up in my mind. Jim was just like, so what's the issue? Okay, take her down. Perfect. I love it. She has information. She gave it to a bunch of lawyers on all of us. So if she gets taken down, those lawyers will release the information. He knows only 3 of them. Now they have to figure out who the rest are. He knows 3 or 4 of them. Now they need to figure out who the rest are. So now they have a game plan there. Jim is still trying to work with the security guy who lost eyes on Wyatt, and he's just calling him an idiot. He's useless. He's basically firing the guy. He said, check the cameras, check the front cameras. Jennifer Salson. Sarah was here, so Sarah was probably a distraction. He snuck in Sarah's car. I said, wow, you know your son. Catherine was just over. She's like, good job, Jim. Now he's gonna go. Now he's definitely gonna be at the DA office. Good job, Jim. You are so smart, Jim. You are so impressive, Jim. You are a genius, Jim. Ugh. After that, we then have Hannah. She's trying to go have a good night's rest. She's attempting to do that, but the problem is her new man, Eric, he's there and he's cuddling her. I said, look at Hannah wear this zebra print nightgown. Look at Hannah. Hannah, you could have put on a muumuu. And that's exactly what Derek said. And Derek's like, you are not playing fair. Benny comes rushing in because that's Benny. Benny hears, ooh, Smurf, what's going on? Smurf. And Benny, I'm so irritated. He comes in, is like, I'm hurt. Oh, what y'all doing in here? Just like a little kid barging in. I'm not mad at him, but still. So Benny, he goes and he borderline like yokes Derek out of the bed. I said, Derek, stay calm. Don't hit him. Please don't hit him. He's injured. So Hannah is like, oh my baby. And then even Benny was like, why go and change, wear a muumuu, why are you wearing that? And it was just kind of funny because this is the closest thing we've seen to a regular relationship for the two of them. So it was cute, but at the same time it was really silly. And Benny's still in the bed. I was like, Mom, where you go? You don't need to walk him out. He knows the door. I said, Benny, now don't be rude. Don't be too rude. So now Hannah just says, thank you for staying with me. And I tried. And I said, yeah, what did you try, Hannah? What did you try? You were trying it, weren't you? That's what you were trying. You tried. Okay, you tried. Catherine calls, who she call? Catherine calls the dude at the front desk, and dude at the front desk was just telling her, I can't entertain the thought of doing anything with you. Your husband scares me. And Rocky came along and said, what's going on here? Say no. Don't do it. And at first, that's what he was doing. He wasn't going to do it. He wasn't going to go along with it. Catherine said, come to my house. No. I'll come to the hotel. No. I said, it's her hotel, but this is Jim we're talking about. Fine, send me to the address to your place. Oh no, it's small, it's cramped, it's not nice, it's not, what you're used to. She said, I don't care, we're gonna smash. I'm not concerned about the living quarters. I said, that's a lie, but okay. Okay, if you say so. And he'll text her the address because he still has this mastermind plan that he thinks he can accomplish, and it's really sad because it's not going to work out the way that he wants it to. It's not. We already know it's not. Rocky's trying to tell him, what are you doing? You're going to get yourself thrown out of the country, killed. Who knows? It's just a matter of time. So now Maddie is talking to Jeffrey, tells Jeffrey, hey Jeffrey, come along now. Sit down, let's talk for a minute. Jeffrey said, the guest room is made up for you. The guest room? The guest room? For me? Why not your room? No, I'm not doing that. So then, they get into this conversation of how Maddie's had obviously multiple partners, Jeffrey's had 2, and how Justin was the second one. So Maddie's like, oh, now it makes sense. But how did you 2 even meet? It just, based on his situation, how did the 2 of you even meet? Which is a fantastic question. Fantastic question. As we saw Jeffrey, he wasn't divulging because we know that it wasn't a positive one. It was pretty messed up, if I'll say, because remember, they met in the backseat of Justin's car and Justin tried to rape Jeffrey. Or the episode ends with this red dot being on Jeffrey's head. I don't know who did it. I don't know if it's one of Veronica's goons. I don't know if, I'm assuming that it's Justin. It would only make sense because he's that diabolical. And that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Again, remember, my new ASMR video will be up today. Actually, yeah, by the time you see this video, that video will be up already. That's how I'm going to do it, to make it easy. It's going to be a roleplay video of me doing an impromptu, game and console tutorial for some customers. It'll be interesting. Basically this setup, but with some game consoles and whatnot. All right. Thank you.